Hi and welcome to Element Z3. How chocolate is made. It's no secret that most people love chocolate. Did you know that every year we eat 7.2 million metric tons of chocolate? To get into our mouths in the UK, chocolate has a long way to travel, and there are lots of steps involved to turn it from a cacao bean into a delicious sweet treat. Read on to find out what processes are involved in making chocolate. Raw ingredients. Cacao pods grow on trees called cacao trees. Cacao trees grow near the equator because they need hot weather to survive. As a result, about 70% of the world's cacao pods are grown in Africa. First, the cocoa farmers must find and pick the pods from the trees. Cacao pods can grow high up in the tree, therefore, the farmers often use ladders and machetes, a type of knife, to cut them out of the trees. Preparing the beans. Cacao pods contain cacao beans, which is the part that we use to make chocolate. After being removed from the trees, the cacao farmers carefully open the pods. If you eat the beans at this point, they are very bitter since they need to ferment and they have no sugar added yet. Next, the beans are set aside and left for about a week to ferment. Fermenting the beans in the heat takes away the bitterness and consequently makes them taste sweeter. After the beans have fermented, they have to be left to dry out. They are laid out on a flat surface in direct sunlight. Thus, the heat can dry them out. This takes approximately another week. Finding the nibs. Subsequently, the beans must be roasted. Once they are dry, they can be transported to the factory. Roasting the cacao beans can be done in a few ways, but usually the beans are roasted in a huge oven. This can take anywhere from 30 minutes to a few hours, depending on the oven and how much chocolate needs to be made. Consequently, the beans are dry and roasted, so they are ready for the next step. The chocolate nibs must be taken from the inside of the bean. To do this, the beans are crushed gently so that the outer shell cracks and reveals the nibs inside. Mixing the ingredients. Next, the cocoa nibs must be ground up. This process can take a long time. A machine will grind the nibs to release the cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is like a chocolate paste and is what is mixed with other ingredients to make the chocolate. At this point, the cocoa butter mixture is still bitter and grainy, so it needs to be made sweeter. Factories add ingredients such as sugar and milk to make it sweet and creamy. Then the mixture. Then the mixture must be pressed repeatedly to turn it into smooth liquid chocolate. The final steps. Finally, the chocolate can be placed into a mold. Before this happens, factories add flavorings or other ingredients to turn it into a specific chocolate bar. The liquid chocolate is then poured into the molds, therefore taking its specific shape. This might be a bar or individual chocolates. Once the chocolate is set, it can then be wrapped up and sent to shops where we buy it and eat it. So, that is the journey of chocolate all the way from a cacao tree into your homes in the UK. Did you know there were so many complicated steps? This process is repeated over and over again to feed our chocolate desires. Question time. How much chocolate is eaten each year? Write 3 synonyms for the word delicious. Why do most of the world's cacao beans grow in Africa? Write 2 reasons why you think the farmers don't use machinery to pick the cacao beans. What do you think would happen if the beans were not allowed to dry out enough before roasting them? Summarize the roasting process in 1 sentence. Explain why the factories add sugar and milk to the cocoa butter. What does pressed repeatedly mean? How does the factory make the different shaped chocolate bars? What flavorings would you add to the chocolate? Checking time. Please do not forget to like, share, and definitely subscribe. Do keep your mouth sweet enough with the chocolates after knowing the process. Till then, take care. Thank you.